also to my channel. So I'm just going to see if this is all okay and ready to go before we start, just to make sure we're all in focus. So November's a new month, and that means Robbie and myself will be sharing a new theme this month, and it's all about tags. So I'm just going to be creating a very simple and easy tag, which I have already die cut using the Stitched Essential tag die from Uniquely Creative. Now what I've also done too is I created a couple of templates that I use, and these fit inside or on top of the tag. I don't know why I've done black and white, but it doesn't matter, just like that. Okay, so we're going to use that template to cut the sides of our tag, because we're going to actually layer it. Okay, so I'm just putting that on the top, and all we're doing is drawing a line down either side or both sides. Grab our scissors. One looks bigger than the other, but I don't think it is. No, pretty well right, just like that. Now before we place our tag onto our large one, we're going to add a couple of pieces of scrap paper. Now this is scrap paper that is from the Home for Christmas collection pack, okay, from Uniquely Creative. It's a beautiful, beautiful pack, and you could also use it for all occasions, but that's the piece and that's the piece we're using. So we're just going to grab two pieces, and I think we might grab these pieces, and all we're going to do is add these to the sides like that, eh? Actually, I might turn it around because I'm adding a little native animal on it, and I want it to sit over the pink. That might work better, I think. Not that it will matter anyhow. Okay, so let's get these stuck down. Now, I'm going to have, there will be a link in the description below for you to click on to check out to see what Robbie has created. Okie dokie. Now, I will also say too, I am not one, I don't use tags. Love them, but don't use them. So I will probably turn mine into something else. I'm not too sure yet. So if you want to see the end result, click on the link below to see what I've done with my tag. Now they look like the same size actually, but I didn't start out for them to be the same size, eh? So we're just going to chop off the excess. Just like that. Okie dokie. Okay. Now, I was going to stick this on here like that, but you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, I'm just going to chop this in a little bit. I think we might add a little ribbon to the top or twine, eh? So what we'll do is I'm going to grab the handheld punch. Making sure that this is nicely squared away. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to punch a hole, but I'm going to do it through the hole that is already die cut. Okay, just like that. Look at that. Then we can add a ribbon to it later on. So next up, what we're going to do is grab our little native animal, and we've got a little possum. What comes with this collection pack is the Aussie Christmas ephemera pack. Okay, this is the Essentials ephemera, and it's a real Aussie Christmas. So you've got Santa at the beach with his esky, surfing, playing footy on his Christmas shirt, and he's also playing cricket. And we've got a Christmas shell Christmas tree with all the little native animals around, and it's got some really top Aussie sayings too for Christmas. Okay, so we're just going to do that. Whoops. Now if you wanted to, I'm just going to get that off the back. You could add another tag to the back to write a sentiment on, or to stamp something on it if you want to. But to me, this is light enough to write on, but then I'm not going to be using it as a tag anyhow. Okay, so that's done. Then we'll grab I've got a gum leaf here too, so we're going to stick that behind our possum. And I've only poured glue along the bottom. I like my leaves and top parts of my leaves to hang loose. Now I've already added dimensionals or tape to the back of our image, and I'm just going to take off our sticky bits, eh? Now, this tag doesn't have to be Christmas. You can change it around to whatever occasion you like. And that's our little possum. He's a little cutie, actually. Now, for something different, got glue on there. For something different, instead of having a sentiment, which you could put it along here if you wanted to, I thought, I don't know what that is, I thought we would have the number. Now you could do this for a birthday if you wanted to, and just change out the 25 to whatever date that birthday is. Or you could add a little sentiment in the middle. So I've die cut a stitched circle using the stylish shaped dies from Stampin' Up, and I've also die cut the 2 and the 5 4 times each. Okay, when I'm doing numbers or die cutting individual letters, I like to die cut a few and then I pop them up. I don't know why, but it seems to give a whole different effect to your elements instead of using dimensionals. And their numbers come from these dies from Memory Box. I've had these for donkey's years and I just love them. Okay, so I've already done the 5. So what we're going to do is add these all together, layer them up, eh? So we're just going to add a little bit of glue to the top, grab our tweezers, plonk that on there. Oops, that didn't work. Plonk that on there. Make sure that your numbers are all matched in properly and even, so you can't see any overlap, eh? Repeat. Now, when I do this way, I like to die cut probably 3 or 4 layers, but you can cut any number you like. You can do 2 layers. Do more layers. Okay, so that's done. That's 3, and we've just got 1 more to do. A little bit more extra glue on there for some reason. I don't know why. We'll get rid of that. So that's done. Then we've got our little circle, and we're just going to put these numbers in the middle of our circle like that, eh? Now you can use your tweezers, but sometimes I find this is easier for me. We're just going to stick these down. Smack bang in the middle if you can. Just like that. And we're going to repeat the same for our 5. And have I done that the wrong way? I have to look at that. Done. I'm going to add another layer on that. That'll fix that problem, but for the moment, we're just going to add this here, eh? Right, just like that. Okay, so that is our numbers done. Then we're going to bring in a 1 3/8 circle punch, and we're just going to punch that circle out, eh? And we'll add this to the circle. And it just leaves a nice border around our circle. Okay, and then we'll grab our dimensionals again. Now, you're probably not going to need as many dimensionals as what I'm using. We're going to stick that just there like that, okay? Just like that. Now, I probably should have bought our, I might be able to grab this actually. wonder if I can. Let's just try this. I just want to bring it down a little bit, that's all. We're not going to see that bit. I'm just going to glue that bit down. Always ways around that you can fix things, make an error. Although, as that saying goes, there's no mistakes in crafting. And we're just going to bring that bit up. He just looked a bit lonely stuck up the top there by himself. Okay. Now, I think what we'll do is grab let's grab some let's grab some of this ribbon. I don't know what the colour of it is. It looks like a bit of a champagne colour. So we're going to grab some of this ribbon. I can grab our scissors. Thread it through that hole up the top. Whoops. Well, that was really well done. I've just laid them on top of each other so that I only have to thread through once. If I can manage to thread it through at all. There you go. No, that's not what I want. Go. That's what I want. Okay. Then we're going to grab some twine, eh? And we're going to tie this into place with twine, and we're going to create, if I can get it right, God, I'm all thumbs today. Like that. Now, I always do a double knot. I don't know why. I'm always scared that it's going to come undone, so I tend to do a double knot. But it's up to you what you want, how you want to do it. You can just tie a bow if you want to. And then we're just going to tie a bow. Just like that. And as I said, I am all thumbs today. I'll trim that off. And I think I will finish it off with some bling later on once I find some, but that is our first tag for the month. So it's a pretty easy one, pretty simple one, but it's one that you can change out for birthdays or any occasion that you like. Okie dokie. So don't forget to click on the link below to check out to see what Robbie has created, and also to head on over to my blog and see what I have done with my tag. Okay, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. See ya. All right.